Okay, hi, welcome back to the show. We don't have anything else to talk about, so we asked you to send us questions, and you did, and we are going to answer those questions.
Yeah, but before we get started, just a couple of extra things. I mentioned on stream like there's a few more Capcom Premiere events coming up. I just want to recap them all for you guys. There is VS Fighting, which is coming up very soon, August 23rd. Oh, it's this weekend. Yeah, you're right. August 23rd through 24th, VS Fighting 4 in Birmingham, United Kingdom in England.
Indeed.
Who did you say was going to go?
Well, from the US at least, we got a tweet about it that Dominion and Snake Eyes are both going. Presumably the UK players are going, presumably the French players are going. There are players from Netherlands and Sweden and wherever, Germany. I hope that they all show up.
Yep. And so and we mentioned the Fall Classic, which is going to be October 10th through 12th.
In North Carolina.
Yeah, and same weekend, a one-day event is going to be that Taito Arcade Nationals. So that's the last Asia one. I think,
in Japan.
Yeah, in Japan. Oh, I'm sorry, there's two Asia ones. So that one's in Japan, and then in Tokyo, Japan. And then in Singapore, that's where the Capcom Pro Tour Asia Series culminates. And that's going to be on October 25th through 26th.
Okay.
And then, of course, DreamHack Winter is going to be on November 27th through 30th. That is going to be the final premiere event.
And where is that taking place?
That one is going to be in Sweden.
Right answer. Yeah.
In something, Sweden. And then, of course, the Capcom Cup Finals will be in San Francisco, California. Date yet to be determined.
But sometime in December.
Yeah, but sometime in December.
Okay.
So, okay.
Street Fighter.
Yes. Oh, I should have probably set this up here. Sorry, guys. Hang on one second. Well, go ahead and read the first tweet.
Can we just read it?
Yeah, just go ahead and read it.
Can you give a shout out to, well, let me see, Dwayne Reeves says, can you give a shout out to the third Hacker Fight? It features tech company employees and it's hosted by Facebook. It's at hackerfight.co. Is that a fighting game tournament?
I don't know. That sounds like a programming tournament.
Yeah, that's what
yes, it sounds like a programming tournament.
Hackerfight.co. Let's see what goes on. Hacker Fight is a fighting video game tournament between the top tech companies and startups in Silicon Valley.
Oh, I think I did hear about that. Yeah.
That is on Friday, September the 12th.
That's kind of cool.
In Menlo Park at Facebook's headquarters.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Like
Dude,
that.
check out these teams, aka companies that are going to be there. Admiral, Apple, Capcom, Coin, something, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, Palantir, Radiant, Sony, Spacebase, VMware, Yammer, Zynga. That's a lot of like...
Is it fair to have Capcom there? Isn't Comofine just going to kill everybody?
Yeah, that could get gross. He should probably recuse himself.
Yeah. Hans can play. He's perfectly fine.
Hans should be fine.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, let's go to the next tweet here.
Yeah, I just got ripped. I mean, I got lit up because people know what they're doing in the game, and I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. I kind of remember some Valentine combos that I did, but it was pretty gross. So I got blown up. But the online is great. I mean, the quality of the online play is great.
Yeah, it's all GGPO. Yeah. I've heard Mike Z do nothing but praise GGPO.
Yeah,
and every time a game uses GGPO and it doesn't have good online, Mike's like, they're not using it right. He's like, trust me, they're not using it right, because he says it's pretty brilliant. He said. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Now we have volume. Dude, I keep thinking I saved this.
Why don't you just save it right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now, dude. I'm totally doing that right now. Okay. All right. We're just gonna stop doing this mistake. Okay. Will you guys be giving out beta keys for the Yatagarasu beta? I didn't contribute enough for beta access, and I regret it.
Oh dang.
That's probably not up to us.
I don't think that's up to us.
Right, it's whether they want to do that for us or not. I'm pretty sure I'll get beta access to that, so I'll be really cool. But I mean, the game is really fun as it is right now. Dude, it's another fighting game to learn. Holy crap! But to be fair, the nice thing about Yatagarasu is that, again, like Under Night, it's not a crazy game. it's a very, very slow-paced, learnable game.
But very fun, I mean, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, next one. Aston Chat from Supersonic 540. Aston Chat, but want to hear your opinion. What would it take for 3D fighters to come back, Tekken aside?
Have they really gone anywhere? I guess they kind of have, huh?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think didn't the last Soul Calibur, like, it sold pretty well, right?
Yeah, but
DOA
I mean,
always seems to sell
I think
well.
they just mean in the tournament scene. I mean, honestly, the answer is, one, get a really playable game, and two, you know, just have the scene make sure they support it, you know? I mean, I'm not saying that the games aren't playable. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, just make sure that you have a really strong game. I know a lot of the Soul Calibur players, for example, are still kind of stuck on Soul Calibur 2 because it was pretty much the best one.
I mean, I understand that.
But it's the same thing that we told to the Smash Brothers players. You know, try to, unless the game is truly broken, which I heard like 3 and 4 for Soul Calibur weren't great games. But you know, if your game is good, you gotta support it, and that's the way that it takes for a game to make a comeback.
I don't know, man. I don't know what 3D fighters are gonna do. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
To be honest.
So obviously some people missed last week.
Oh well, it's up on the old YouTube.
Yeah.
If you head over to youtube.com/UltraChenTV and you check out last week's Tuesday show, it's on there.
And it's at the very end.
It's the very end of it.
Easy to find.
Part 3.
Yep, exactly. And but Quinn also asks, what characters in Yatagarasu will you all play?
I mean, come on, I'm playing Chada.
Right, so that's the grappler of the game, right? And I'm actually interested in Shimo. I really think she's kind of cool. So she's a Fuerte kind of character, run, stop kind of stuff like that. But she just has this really cool special move in the air that she can cancel, jump, light kick into, and just gets all these crazy mix-ups. I don't know how, it's really cool to me. So
okay.
Yeah, a lot of little funny mix-ups.
Let's see what we got.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, there it is. There's the tweet right there.
Already done.
Ha, take that. Okay.
Yeah. K Kumar 628 says, I've heard people say Super Turbo is a pretty good learning tool for fighting games in general. Do we feel the same way? I think that it teaches you some fundamentals about spacing, but I guess I don't really feel like that otherwise, because it doesn't have things that a lot of 2D fighters nowadays do have, and I don't just mean systems. I mean, like, whiff punishing is not really a big deal. The mobility is limited. I don't know, it has kind of weird, the throw game is very different. So it has like that spacing game. I feel like it's one of the best games. It still is, in my opinion, one of the best games for that. But for a lot of other stuff, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean, for example, you're going to play ST, and you're going to fight against, for example, a Ryu, and he's going to get you in the corner. Like, let's say I feel like playing Bison. You get in the corner, and Ryu traps you there, throws a bunch of fireballs, and you literally can't do anything, and you die, right? And even if you figure out how to get out of that, it's not going to help you in any other fighting game, like what you learned there, right? Super Turbo is kind of see, earlier on, like maybe a few years ago, I would say yes, but fighting games have definitely veered off into a very different path, especially, like you said, slower normals. Like, I mean, the reason why I suck at whiff punishing is because I never got good at Third Strike, where it became a prominent thing. And in Super Turbo, oh my god, I mean, with my Cammy, like, whoever whiff punished Cammy's low forward? Impossible. Like, nobody, right? I'm just like, low forward, 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 low forward. So that's why I'm a button-z kind of person, because I'm very used to that kind of game. Even, like, in hyper fighting, Ken, jab, uppercut, jab, uppercut, jab, uppercut. Like, who cared, right? So, the very different fighting games have kind of gone a different route.
Agreed.
Since then, so...
Still fun, though.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. Silly.
So, a follow-up question, but kind of similar to a previous question we just...
Why are there never any new 3D fighter IPs? Well, there just aren't that many new IPs in general in video games, if you've noticed. There are mostly sequels, or... I mean, a lot of the new IPs are more kind of indie things. It's relatively rare to have major new IPs announced.
Right.
Which kind of sucks. There's a lot of reasons for that. I don't know if we really have time to go into that.
Again, checked last week. Melty Blood Rap. Okay, why do you think that Capcom nerfed Sagat's Ultra 1 travel distance? See, the funny thing is it wasn't a nerf. It was supposed to be a buff.
Right.
They made it a buff so that it worked in the corner, because the travel distance is what made it go behind and miss. So they changed it so that it would work in the corner, but they did it in a way by making him travel a little less, so now it doesn't work mid-screen as well.
Right.
I mean, honestly, the only other way they could have possibly fixed it is when he does the uppercut, just give him a hurt box that extends like past behind his head and leave it as the original one, so he would uppercut them from the other side and it would look stupid, but...
That's fully what I expected, to be honest. Or just like make it go into the animation earlier, like on the first hit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, it wasn't supposed to be a nerf. It was supposed to be a buff, but it turned out to be a buff nerf. So
Ultra Street Fighter 4, not the best made game.
Yeah, but still good though.
Oh, this is an interesting one from Simon Perman.
Kind of going along with this whole 3D game questions.
Right. Thoughts on West Coast Warzone 4 dropping Tekken Tag Tournament 2 for Under Night In-Birth? Well, I'm very happy to see Under Night. We've been talking about this game a lot. I really like it. Very happy to see it there. Replacing Tekken is unfortunate. There are lots of Tekken players, I guess maybe relatively speaking, in SoCal.
Yeah.
And you know, there could have been players coming from NorCal because there are some really solid players up there. I guess it's not going to happen. So I don't know. I'm happy on the one hand and a little sad for Tekken on the other hand.
Yeah, that's seriously one of those good news, bad news things where they tell you the first half, you're like, yes! And then they tell you the second half, you're like, oh. You know, and it's really unfortunate. And, you know, I don't know. Like, I want to be happy for Neil or, you know, for Under Night, but it's really hard. It's really hard to be happy for it knowing that Tekken gets, you know, kind of gets slammed like that. So, yeah, it's a very unfortunate situation.
I hear you.
All right. So, James David, what the hell is Blade Arcus from Shining? New anime game. It looks amazing. I have no idea.
Oh, well, it's from Sega, I can tell you that. And it was
announced. I think someone else mentioned it before.
No, it's a little while ago. It's not like a recently announced game.
Is it based on the Shining? Yeah, it is based on the Shining series of video games. Interesting. So it's almost like they said, Persona 4 is doing well. Let's do it ourselves, and trying to make a fighting game out of their role-playing characters. I mean, Square tried to do that with Air Guys a long time ago. Didn't quite work out very well. Then they came out with another fighting game, like pseudo-fighting game. I think it was on the Vita or something, where the characters could fly around, and it was more like Virtual On, where it was kind of like behind the shoulder, and like Eris and like Kefka and everybody was like shooting at each other or some crazy thing like that.
I don't think I remember that.
Am I going insane? Is this like a crazy dream?
I'm not saying
you're
wrong.
Yeah, but I don't know. Chat, if I'm going insane, please let me know. Well, I'm always going insane, but if
I don't know. That'd be interesting to know.
Okay, let me get some more questions here.
Certainly. Okay.
Dissidia, that's what it was for PSP. There you go. I'm not going insane. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how have you guys, or how often have you been recognized in person outside of fighting game related events?
It happens more for you, right?
I don't know why, but yeah, it has happened. So I haven't been to Disneyland the last 4 times without being recognized by somebody. Like, the first time I got recognized and the person had me take a picture with like his wife and his baby that they were pushing around. Another person recognized me. There was one day I got recognized by 3 people. I told the story on the stream, right, where like one of them apparently didn't want to talk to me because he couldn't talk to people during work, and then another guy passed me, was like, I love the show. I didn't hear it, and I walked past him. He's like, not anymore, because I didn't respond, you know. But yeah, for some reason at Disneyland I get recognized a lot. The cool part though was the guy that I took the picture with his wife and his baby. I saw him at Evo this year.
No way.
He was like, hey, I was the guy who took the picture with you. I was like, oh, hey, sick. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That was actually really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I don't get recognized very often at all. It happens like a few times a year. Super rarely. And the last time it happened, I was skiing in Mammoth. No, in Big Bear. I don't know. It's like pretty. No, maybe it was Lake Tahoe. Anyway, I didn't go to Mammoth. Anyway, it was in Lake Tahoe. And the time before that was like maybe at like. No, actually, that's not true. The last time was when you and Mike and I were hanging out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But before that, it was last winter, and the time before that was like the last college football game I went to the previous year.
Well, there was also the time when we were at the airport where the guy said, "Hey, James Chen," or whatever like that, and then he messaged me on Facebook like the next day. He's like, "I totally saw Ultra David there too. I didn't say anything to him, and I just freaked out because I was like starstruck or whatever like that, and tell him I'm sorry." something like that. So yeah, you don't remember that?
No, I know.
Okay.
I do. It still seems weird to me.
No, okay. So I don't. People who are friends with me on Facebook probably saw me mention something about agile programming or something like that, right? So at work we're using this kind of agile model is what they call it, right? And so we hired this guy to be a director of our agile process here, right? And so we had been doing these scrum calls. We do scrum calls every morning where we talk about what we did yesterday, blah, blah, blah. So we do this like 5 days a week, every day at 11 o'clock in the morning. And the guy that we hired, there was just one day we were just sitting there and I called in and he's like, hey James, let me ask you a question. It's like, did you commentate Evo? And I was like, yes. He's like, yeah, because I really like fighting games, and I just like loaded up some videos, and there you were sitting there, and he said it was very weird. So
yeah, that would be weird, I guess.
So yeah, I don't know.
It almost never happens for me, so which is fine. I don't know. It's whatever.
Because you know why? It's because all white people look the same. Right?
That's honestly my idea. I really feel like that's part of it. I'm like not remarkable. I don't know.
Dude, come on. Asian people are all supposed to. Dude, I look like everyone keeps sending me videos like, "Hey, look, it's James Chen doing this," because I look like every Asian person, right?
I don't feel like I have. I'm like average height, average weight. I have brown hair. I don't know. It's like everybody who's white.
I don't know. Maybe it's also because. Do you wear your glasses a lot? Because I know you really don't have your glasses on when you commentate, right?
I don't wear them very often.
Right.
Just in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have such a strong prescription that when I look in the sides of my glasses, it's distorted.
Oh.
So I can really only look through the front, which means
right.
it's annoying for me to like look around because I have to physically turn my head in order to see.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Okay.
Context usually.
Right. So Sony won the first 2 hacker fights, according to Dwayne, who tweeted us
on the back of Van Geef.
Oh, Van Geef works at Sony?
Apparently.
Oh, that's so sick. Features pretty solid SD competition as well. I play winter streaming. That's sick.
Awesome, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna watch this now. I gotta check that out. So,
right.
So Chance asks if you had to choose to have Marvel 2 or UMVC3 at tourneys, which would you want? Which one do you enjoy commentating?
Well, I don't know anything about Marvel 2, really. I never really played the game, so I would certainly more enjoy commentating Marvel 3, and I had fun time commentating Marvel 3 in general. But I guess I would choose Marvel 3 just because it's like the game that people play nowadays, that's all.
I've tried. One time, it was a long time ago at Seasons Meetings, I tried commentating Marvel 2 with Ski Sonic.
Yeah.
And it was just, I mean, I couldn't say anything. Like, I literally had no idea what to say because I just didn't get the game at all. Like, as much as I don't know Marvel 3, that's how much more I didn't know about Marvel 2.
Well, but did you ever put time into that game?
Only combo videos.
Yeah, okay. I never put time
like
into
that.
it.
Yeah, I never played it competitive. Because I was the person who, when the game first came out, I was like, this game is garbage because it's stupid and, like, nothing... this game will never be competitive. So I quit it, and then it was just like, oops.
I never got into it because... Even when I got into fighting games a lot in like 02 and 03, it already seemed like kind of an old game that everybody was already good at because it kind of was already played for 3-4 years.
Right.
And then after that, it was just compounded. Every year I was like, that game looks fun to get into, but like I'm just so far behind, and I never got into it.
So yeah, I mean, someone is actually shocked that I didn't play MVC2. The other reason why I didn't play MVC2 competitively, and again, I always reveal my age, but Third Strike, MVC2 were out about the same time as when I graduated college. And so for the first year or year and a half, I did not play fighting games because I was so dedicated to my job at the time.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Then I eventually got back into it, started going to Wednesday night fights Southern Hills Golfland all the time. But by that point, CBS 1 and CBS 2 were the big things, so that's when I got back into it.
Hey, what was it like to graduate college at a time when it was reasonable to expect to get a job right out of college? How was that?
Dude, let me tell you something, man. I actually...
Right? Dude.
No, right! And the funny thing is, in retrospect now, so I graduated, so I worked at the UCLA Arcade, and after I graduated, I stayed working at the UCLA Arcade. And they actually just let me keep working even though I had graduated. And during that period of time was the worst insomnia I've ever had because I was so stressed out because I didn't have a job and I was just working at the UCLA Arcade. I couldn't find a job. This lasted for an entire like month or month and a half. It was terrible. I mean, seriously, at the time, it felt like forever because everybody else was getting jobs right out of college. Like, that's what it was back in the time. Nowadays, dude, it's like month and a half. You are like the fortunate one.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah. You're like, I got a job within a month. I'm God, pretty much.
I mean, my brother graduated last year, like last year, and is like still working on it. You know, he's now he has it, but it's taken him a long time. For me, when I graduated college, I could have gotten a job because it was like mid 2000s. It could have happened. Most of my friends did do that, but I was the genius who went to law school, and I had to take more years of school and postpone it, and blah blah. And then the economy blew up. So
yeah, no, dude, it's
not a great idea.
You know, I actually have a theory why it's so hard to get a job these days now. Because when I graduated, the internet wasn't as big. So when Symantec was hiring, it literally was hiring everyone from UCLA, from USC, from everyone local.
Yeah.
But nowadays, for companies like you think about Riot, they're hiring people from Brazil, so with the internet, everyone is applying from everywhere. You're no longer competing with the people local to your city. You're competing with the entire planet, and it's ridiculous now. Like that whole concept. I mean, stay in school, kids. But the whole concept of going to college and getting a job right out of it is like completely just like.
Well, you have to be in school because if you don't have a college degree, you're just extra boned. You're like definitely not getting a reasonable job. You have to have it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh,
thanks for living so long and being so many baby boomers. Appreciate it.
Dude, the best part
Thanks,
about
guys.
it, every job is like, you need 3 years of experience for our entry-level position. It's like, what? Like, if you can't get into an entry-level position because you don't have experience, how are you ever going to get experience?
Almost all of the video game lawyers are baby boomers. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? No. But that's the case because like they're living to be a million years old and they're not retiring.
This is how I feel about the Chinese government. But anyways, let's move on.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, so Broly Legs asks, do you think the alternative costumes for Smash characters will have different colors like red, blue, green for teams?
Why do we even run that question?
I'm sure they'd have to, right?
I would think so. They're all gonna be the same color. What are you asking us for?
Broly Legs with the hard-hitting questions for the fighting game community.
I know.
Man, that question definitely had no legs. Okay. Anyways, hey. Sorry. Okay. Arcappa versus NeoGaf, who would win?
In what? In fighting games? You like the scenes? Yeah, I don't know.
Trolling?
If it's fighting games, let's see. If it's fighting games, I guess. Well, it depends on if it's active posters versus just people who read. Because I think more people read Arcappa.
Yeah, for sure.
Active posters. I think I would like Arcappa.
Really?
Yeah, I know a lot of people who post there who are.
I see what you're saying.
That's my guess.
Interesting. You know, to be honest with you, I don't know NeoGaf well enough. I finally got an account. I posted there, and like I said, it's impossible to keep track of the threads, and I never read it. So.
Dude, just do what I do. I literally sign on there. I go up to the search function and I type in Ultra David and I see what happens. And if nothing's there, then I'm out of there. All right, let's move on.
So KOF 13 is $5 in the Humble Bundle right now. So definitely check that out. Go to humblebundle.com, get KOF 13, and think that's enough to inject some life in the scene.
For 13, probably not. Yeah, I mean that game is. I don't know, it's a little old now, and there are already strong rumors of new KOF being worked on, so probably not. But it's really nice, and it'd be great for people to support that so that the company realizes that in the future Steam is an important thing, release games on PC.
Right. Okay.
By the way, we didn't talk about this, but isn't Reload coming out on Steam? Wasn't that announced?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Guilty Gear Reload.
Yeah, Guilty Gear.
# Reload, yeah exactly. That's cool. A great idea, yeah.
I mean, I think it's cool. Like, release more games on Steam.
Yeah, I know, but it's such an old version.
No, I know, but
question?
Old Blaze Blue is on there too.
So, ready for Calm versus SNK 3, Raging Tiger, Invincible Dragon.
Well, I'm not sure what that means. So, okay, it's just hop on over.
Okay. Have you heard of the Chinese fighting game King of Combat or Shendozuwang? And what are your thoughts of the game? I haven't heard much about it recently. People have kind of stopped talking about it. Some people are playing. It was going to be a kind of pay to win kind of thing because it's by Tencent. I don't think it's going to be a play to win, I should say, but there was going to be a lot of DLC stuff that you can buy and such. So
it seemed fun from what I saw, but I haven't heard about it lately.
Okay.
Okay, what's the greatest wipeout I've ever had skiing? Oh man, well, I don't ski very often. It's usually snowboarding, and I took like a decade off from it, so I haven't done it that many times in the past dozen years. But I don't know. I don't think I've had anything too terrible. I haven't like broken any bones doing it. That's all been other sports.
Yeah, probably my favorite memory from when I left Symantec for a short little period of time, and I worked at a gaming company, Nexon, for a little bit. And for a team building trip, we actually all went to go skiing and snowboarding.
Really?
Which was really cool.
That's awesome.
Actually, I thought that was amazing. So I had skied before, I'd never snowboarded before. So I tried snowboarding, and for the record, I liked it way better than skiing.
Did you really?
Yeah, I really did.
I like them both about the same.
But I actually could snowboard a little bit. Like skiing, I was just like done. Like I couldn't do it.
Interesting.
Because it's really interesting. The teacher was saying it's just because I always wanted to lean back when I was skiing, and you can't lean back when you ski. You have to lean forward. But in snowboard, it's more natural balance kind of thing, so it's a little bit easier for me.
I mean, you can do it if you're leaning back, but like you're not supposed to be.
Yeah. But I was snowboarding and I started going a little too fast, and I'm still trying to learn it, and like someone cut right in front of me. So you turn your snowboard sideways to skid on the snow, right? And my board just caught, and I went straight down. My head hit the ground, my feet flew over my head, and I basically tumbled. And
I've had that happen too. It's not that unusual.
Yeah, and it was quite interesting, but I mean, it wasn't that bad.
How was the snow? Was it?
Well, the snow was soft. It was
Yeah,
soft.
okay,
It was soft
then
enough, so it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, but it was just.
I've definitely done like the barrel roll, the tumble on ice, more or less, which sucks, but whatever. It's not. If you like, one of the things about learning how to do that stuff is that you learn how to fall too. So once you get to a certain level, you can fall well enough that you don't get injured.
But the worst thing about it is I haven't gone back. After I did it, it was so much fun. I wanted to go back so I could learn it. But now if I go back, I'll basically be learning from scratch again.
You would be surprised, I think, because I went from the age of 13 to like last year not skiing. I had only snowboarded, and like I said, I took a 10-year break from that after that. And after the first hour of skiing, I was like back on. It was like no big deal.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Anyways, do you think Dark Souls 2 will ever make it to EVO? I mean, there's the ability to invade and have one-on-one battles and stuff like that, but no, it's not. No, I don't think it has the depth that the fighting game has. So, oops, we already saw this question. Okay, so last questions. We have 3 more questions.
Yeah.
Please do not send it. 2 more questions. Please do not send any more. So first question here is from Marot. Are you going to enter the new multiplayer Netcode open beta for USF4 on PC? That's right. We forgot to talk about that. Capcom is doing an open beta for the Netcode to try to improve it on the Steam version, which is very cool.
Great. I love it.
Very, very cool. I've never seen Capcom do anything like this before.
Love it.
So
it starts on Thursday.
Yeah. Are you going to do it?
Yeah. Or maybe it starts tomorrow.
So, I mean, do you have to apply for the beta?
But it starts soon anyway. I'm not sure how it works, to be frank, but I definitely want to be involved, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I think it's an open beta, right? So, like, you just...
I don't know how it works.
I'm pretty sure it's open.
I haven't looked it up. Because I don't even have the PC version yet. I haven't bought it yet. I actually need to do that. I just haven't had a chance to yet. Because every time I play fighting games, I'm playing under Night In-Birth right now. So.
I know what you mean.
Actually, the funniest thing is... So, the one time I went online to play Ultra Street Fighter 4, I think I tweeted this, I fought Ryu, Evil Ryu, guy, Evil Ryu. And I was just like,
it's weird,
geez,
too.
Louise. But I mean, that might just be PS3, right?
It could be. It's not normally like that on Xbox.
But like outside of Under Night In-Birth, the only other fighting game I've played was Yatagarasu. I was actually messing with that some more, so
Sweet.
I think that game's really cool.
Sweet. Okay,
So,
last cue.
Miller time. What's going on? Tanya asks, are either of you going to sign up for ST at West Coast Warzone?
I mean, maybe if we're not.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm totally down to do that. So
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll be fun to play some ST again. So
Playing ST is fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before we get out of this thing, let's talk about some fast food.
Oh, okay, sure.
What do you like? What don't you like?
Well, I mean, look. Let's just get right to the heart of this.
Okay,
matter,
it's
right?
yeah.
Let's get it right. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Five Guys burger, decent burger, right? It's a good hamburger.
It's very tasty.
It's very tasty. It's also $10.
It's $1 billion.
I bought one double patty hamburger. Okay, let me put it this way. I bought one double patty hamburger and a drink. Nothing else. That was almost $12 for me, right? Today, for lunch, I bought a 3x3 at In-N-Out and a drink.
Really?
Yes. I bought a 3x3.
Why'd you buy a 3x3?
So good. It's so...
How do you eat it? Do you eat it like it's a burger?
Yeah.
Or do you don't like... It's not like too big?
No, it's not too big. It's you can totally eat a 3x3. I just walked up, 3x3 soda, that's it. $6. And it's so good. It's so good. And so here's the thing, right? Five Guys, yes, good burger.
Very tasty.
Good burger. In-N-Out, unique burger. Nothing tastes like it. You know what I mean? Five Guys tastes like a good burger.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I lived in DC for a while when Five Guys was coming up. Okay, so I was on the ground. I was like on the ground floor of Five Guys where it was coming up, and it was awesome. And like I always look forward to going. I really enjoyed it, and the fries are tasty. The peanut oil, love it, awesome. When I've had Five Guys on the West Coast, it has not been as good.
Oh, really?
I really feel like there was a reduction in quality, and I don't know if that is still in. Like, I don't know if that applies to the East Coast. Maybe they haven't reduced the quality. Maybe it's still awesome there because I haven't had it in DC since like 08, I guess. But certainly when I've had it on the West Coast, the times that I have had it, it has been worse.
Okay. So, and here's the other thing, too.
It was awesome back in the day.
Let me just say this much, right? Let me just establish this here, right? I think Five Guys fries are ass. Like, I hate their fries. Their Cajun fries, ass. Regular fries,
I don't like them.
Ass, right?
I don't like them.
Now, here's the thing. I like crispy fries. So when I eat at In-N-Out, I actually get the fries well done.
Yeah.
So all these secret things that you can do to the In-N-Out menu, right, that not a lot of people know. I get them well done and they become super crispy, right? So Five Guys fries, I've had so many people just swear by this. Like, they love Five Guys fries to death. The reason why I don't like Five Guys fries is because they're soggy. Like, there's just a giant bag of soggy fries, and I don't like it. But everybody who is a Five Guys fan, who loves Five Guys, has told me that their fries are crispy.
See,
so I don't...
But this is what I mean about the quality thing. I really feel like it's worse, either just in general nowadays, because I haven't had it on the East Coast, or maybe it's just on the West Coast, maybe it's just in their other locations, I don't know. But it's not to me, it's not as good as it used to be. So if this was like 8 years ago, and you asked me the same question, it would be much harder for me to answer, because I really enjoyed it, but... Dude.
Yeah, see, so one guy even said he's never had soggy fries at Five Guys.
Okay, hey, Majors S, where do you live? I'd love to know.
I know, right? Because like every time I eat there, it's always soggy. So I don't know.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I really think that it matters.
Yeah.
Like where you eat a Five Guys.
But so outside of the burger, those two, what are your favorite fast food joints?
Let's see. I don't really go that often, but I would say I really like McDonald's, and it's not for the burgers or the fries. It's because I really like their coffee, actually, and I go there specifically for their coffee.
Right, and their
oatmeal, man. They have good oatmeal. So like I go there for breakfast a lot, even if it's like night and I'm craving breakfast food. I'll go there and I'll get coffee and I'll get an oatmeal, and it's like really tasty, dude. I really like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get a craving for.
Look, he's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Come on, like you're like in the home of Five Guys. Like maybe they're not making an ass for you.
Yeah, I think there might be something wrong with West Coast Five Guys. Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, but for me, McDonald's, I love their fries. Every time I go eat there, it's because I'm craving their fries, and I don't know why, but they have the best Coke out of all fast food restaurants. Does it make any sense?
That varies.
I mean, McDonald's even made a commercial out of it, where in the commercial they're like, people always say that McDonald's has like the best Coke. Like for some unknown reason, like I know for sure that McDonald's Coke, like Carl's Jr. Coke, has a very distinct taste. I'm gonna say that much. Okay. But so if I'm in the mood for Coke and fries, but I will say that their fries have never been the same ever since they took the beef juice out of it.
Because, that's when I started eating their fries.
Yeah, because
I didn't care.
Because all the vegetarians got mad when they found out there was beef juice, so they took it out, right? So I didn't know there was beef juice, but I know why it tastes so damn good.
I think you're right. Yeah. Let's see. What about? So basically, we're talking about this broken tier thing. They like had a round table, right? And they talked about fast food.
So Yamasuro, I want to say, I'm a Pepsi fanatic. I love everything Pepsi. Except for Fountain. Then Fountain, I like Coke more. I don't know why. But cans, I will only buy Pepsi at home. But for some reason, when it comes to fountains, I like Coke better. I don't know why. It makes no sense.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I stopped drinking Coke back when I was a young kid because I heard that Michael Jackson didn't drink Coke. That's true. That's why.
That is the best reason.
And so I just I got used to not drinking soda, and that stuck with me ever since. I stopped drinking soda.
It's my one vice.
Since I was a kid.
I don't drink. I don't smoke. It's just Pepsi is my vice. So.
Yeah. You drink a lot of soda.
I do. Actually, I've been better about it recently. I've been better thanks to L.A. Akira, thanks to Gerald Abraham. So he's actually helped me get off of Coke, soda a little bit. So. Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite fast food places, and I'm gonna gross everybody out here, right? Like my favorite fast food place that's not In-N-Out is probably Arby's.
I think Arby's is pretty good.
I love Arby's. I eat there like once a week or something like that.
Really? I haven't eaten there in a while, but I think it's pretty tasty.
Yeah, I like Arby's. And then I like going to Jack in the Box a lot. So I go to Jack.
I like Jack. Yeah, I just like it because you can put a fried egg on top. Which I really like. You can't get that at most places. Unless does Five Guys do that? I feel like they might, because they add a lot of stuff to their burgers if you ask.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about it is that you can add stuff. Sure. You can add like a slice of bacon for like $3, so you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, why not? That's like 10% of the price of the burger, right? So
I know.
It's cheap.
Oh man.
I don't know. As far as like non-burger fast food places, I go to Del Taco all the time. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that that's Mexican food because it ain't. But it's nevertheless, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get burritos from there sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, usually when they have, like, I saw a commercial for Taco Bell, they had like a quesarito or something like that, which is like a quesadilla that they fold into a burrito and then you eat it that way. Well, it's not that good.
That sounds awful. I just get bean burritos. I think they're all right.
I do like El Pollo Loco. I like the classic BRC, beans, rice, chicken. It's good there. Mm-hmm. And plus El Pollo Loco is a little bit healthier. And speaking of, I should also mention this, right? Like, one other reason why I like In-N-Out, like, I don't know if anybody here's read Fast Food Nation. I haven't read it myself, but somebody else that I know read it. And basically it was like the big giant expose on fast food. Like, this is unhealthy, they're terrible, they treat their employees bad, whatever. Everything was negative except for In-N-Out. Treated all their employees great, had the highest pay rates, highest quality of food, everything was made fresh, everything was natural, they're not a franchise company, it's privately owned still. Like, everything about the company is great.
Yeah, I have friends who've been working there since we were in high school, and they still are, and they're getting paid great, they had great benefits, they don't want to leave, you know, they're doing great there. So
exactly, so, so In-N-Out, it's the best.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not one of the people who's all about In-N-Out. I feel like people in SoCal defend, or just in the West Coast, defend it too much. It's not like that fantastic, but I do like it a lot.
Yeah, for the price, and like I said, it's a unique taste. It is unique, and a lot of people have said they've gotten the burger and they said it just tastes like a crappy burger with too much Thousand Island sauce, right? That's why you get the 3x3. Because then you get the meat.
Sounds awful.
And even with the 3x3, still $6. Still $6. If I got a 3x3 at Five Guys, it would probably cost me $20.
Oh, 3x3, come on. have to rent a limo to take that thing home.
Oh man. Okay.
And then as far as fried chicken goes, what do you say about that?
Oh, jeez. I mean, I grew up a huge fan of KFC.
Yeah.
I loved like the little Chicken Little sandwiches they used to have. I used to like the popcorn. They've gotten so greasy.
Yeah, they've
weird. Gotten ridiculously greasy. So at one point in time, when I first started my job at Symantec, we had a Popeyes next to us, and everyone always used to joke because by the time we would buy it and walk back to work, and by the time we got back to the kitchen area, the bag would be like completely soaked in grease, and we call it the window of opportunity because you could see through it. So I used to think Popeyes was greasy, but somehow KFC surpassed them. So I like both of them about equally the same at this point. So.
I don't really like Popeyes, dude. It's too greasy for me. It's too much. It's too much. I can't take it.
I'll be honest, with Popeyes, the thing that I love the most about Popeyes is their mashed potatoes and their red beans and rice.
Oh, that's good.
So good. And in fact, they also have a little rice gumbo dish with chicken and sausage. That's really good. I don't know if they still make it or not anymore. That might be gone. So.
Dude, when I see those biscuits, I feel like I'm gonna jump into this pool of grease. It's like somebody
Dude, the biscuits are so good.
There's like a pool. It's in the ground and it's just grease, and they're asking me to jump in there.
Popeyes biscuits are so good because when you eat it, it's like you're chewing into a stick of butter. I swear to God, it's so buttery.
You like Red Lobster biscuits. We talked about this,
Red Lobster biscuits are amazing. You are not going to talk shit about
Red Lobster. I almost died.
You are not going to talk bad about Cheddar Bay biscuits at Red Lobster.
I almost died. I'm not sure. If I were to have one or two more of those things, might have needed to call a hospital.
I've had four in one sitting before.
I don't know how you could do it.
Cheddar Bay biscuits, dude.
I don't understand. It's so horrible.
So good. I still need to take Mondo to that. He's never had Red Lobster before, and everyone kept telling him about Cheddar Bay biscuits. Well, it doesn't. The food is okay,
but it's about bad. It was straight up
Cheddar Bay biscuits. It's all about Cheddar Bay biscuits. So.
Nah. Like, in general, I'm not a big fan of grease.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why you're skinny, and that's why I'm not. Very simple.
Dude, sometimes...
Grease? No grease.
Well, I don't know if that's accurate right now. But, a lot of the time, like, I don't know, like, my body, like, tells me when I need certain foods. So, like, sometimes, if I have, like, a pizza one day, like, the next day, like, I have to... Like, sometimes I'll buy kale and just, like, eat it from the bag. Because I want to, like, I feel like I have to balance. But if I do that too much without having, like, the previous thing, if I just like eat too much green, like, I start feeling weird, and I have to have like carbs and fat and like meat and stuff. Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
I feel really weird if I don't like balance it out.
Right.
Homeostasis.
Okay. Cool. Fair enough. All right. Well, we've cut way longer than we should have been going.
Oh, dude, yeah. I didn't even realize the time. All right.
So, Show That Sucks on Twitch.tv. I Play Winner, probably already half over. Oh, I think we cut into their time.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry. But
probably talking about how much they like In-N-Out, too. Because I know that Hanzo likes it.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I may have to unblock him on Twitter then. Okay. But... All right. But, okay, thanks for tuning in, guys. We should be at Wednesday Night Fights tomorrow. Definitely check that out. Again, that's going to be twitch.tv/leveluplive. So check that out.
Bye-bye.
Peace out, guys.